to a special conversation. Esha Singh, now we can say, we've been saying this for a long time. She's going to Paris. Now we can officially say, maybe after the 19th more so. But many congratulations, Esha. Ronak and I, every day spent in Tokyo, sitting in the stands and saying what's happening. India needs a medal. Ronak is back again in that hot seat and this time guiding you. This time, hopefully, results will be different. First question to you, Esha. Olympic Games. Yes, you won multiple medals at the Asian Games in every possible championship, but the Olympic Games are a different ballgame. First thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I think it will be like my debut, and I'm looking forward to it with a lot of excitement. That's all I can say for now.
Ronak, we remember the Tokyo days. You would come to the first and we would leave the range last. But under pressure this time round, how is she shaping up? Because clearly we have tremendous hopes from her.
Yeah, we have some bittersweet memories from Tokyo, but now going forward, every Olympic Games serves as a lesson to learn and get better for the next edition. So I think everyone, from the coaches to the shooters to the federation, everyone is now better prepared, have learned their lessons, and hopefully going forward we would have made all the required amends, and we look forward to having a very successful show at the games.
Esha, were you under pressure going into the trials? Was there any pressure at all? Or like you keep saying, no, you were in the zone, you enjoyed the thing as an opportunity? What was it like?
No, I mean, every athlete who cares about their game will have pressure. It's going to be there. And for me, I think pressure helps me perform and get into the zone. So I did have pressure. And I think this is one of the toughest matches I played mentally. I had to fight a lot with myself because this is an individual sport. But I liked that I got this experience, and it's just making me stronger as a player.
And what about your coach? I mean, I know he's sitting next to you, but what are the things that you guys discuss? What is it that Ronak kind of sort of supports you with or helps you with?
I think he's very good at making out what I'm doing, and he tells me exactly what needs to be done in a match. He's very calm under moments where there's a lot of pressure, but he makes sure I'm calm, and he points out the exact thing that's going wrong. So that way, I'm very grateful to sir.
Ronak, you remember you had mentioned this to me and actually explained this to me, showing those scorecards that 1 extra second or microsecond makes that kind of a difference. And if you shoot very fast, remember that you had sort of kind of handheld me to understanding that. Give me an insight. I mean, Esha, we all know, is supremely talented. When you have that kind of a talent, what is it that a coach looks for in terms of owning the talent and getting her ready for the Olympics?
So see, first, I think the first step is in understanding the athlete. Every athlete has a different personality. Every athlete has different strengths and challenges. So once you understand the athlete, you're able to fine tune the technique to best suit the athlete under pressure. So for example, until about a year back or so, you would never associate Esha with the 25-meter pistol event. She was more of a 10-meter pistol shooter. But then we realized that she has certain strengths. Like for example, her triggering is really confident, and that's her strong point. Like she triggers really fast. And then we have the 25-meter event where in the rapid fire stage, you need someone with the ability to be able to do quick triggering. And so like she was made for this event. Now what specifically we've done with Esha is, sometimes it happens that under pressure you're taking longer to press the trigger because of fear and so many other reasons that because of which your shot can get delayed. But at the same time, if you try and force the shot under pressure, you will end up making your wrist movement errors or something else. So we cannot blindly go after whether the person needs to shoot fast or slow. The important thing is to understand the player, what the player can do best, and in that moment, because see, every day is different. Some days you wake up and you're feeling very confident. Some days you wake up, you're feeling underconfident, you're feeling lethargic. So everything is different. I think at this level, the job of the coach is to understand what the player is going through without really asking the player, from the body language, from the way the player is speaking to you, from the way the player is walking, talking, and you have to make out what the player would be going through. And without letting the player know, you make the necessary amends and you put the player in the right frame of mind. And also physically to be able to execute the technique in that moment. That is what is key.
Last few questions. First, I'll go with you, Ronak, before I go to Asia. I mean, give me a macro understanding of this team now. I mean, you've been there in the system for the longest time. Rio was a disappointment. All of us built on G2, and day one, both of us were together. Tokyo, again, disappointment despite the 15 qualifications. And each time round, we built shooting, right? What is it that this time we are doing different? And how is it that this team of 21 or whatever the final number is going to be sort of stand out in Paris? Because clearly we are on the cusp of a multi-sporting revolution, and these athletes will have to deliver for India to do that. Your thoughts?
Yeah. So I think two major factors. First, introduction of a complete sports science vertical. So, Dr. Pierre is helming that, and we started the sports science program in February of 2023. So now what happens is, on a good day, you will perform irrespective of anything. But what you need to understand is what is going wrong under pressure, and what is going wrong is in your head and heart, your physiology. And if you're able to control that, you will be able to manage your performance and reach your potential. So the introduction of sports science has helped a lot of shooters understand the reasons their technique was breaking down, and those reasons were mental. So that way is now, because of that, our performances have become a lot more consistent. So if you see the data before Tokyo, we would have some very good scores and some very bad scores. But this time, if you see, the scores are pretty much consistent. So you have players going into the World Cups and World Championships and Asian Games and being able to repeat their good performances. That's happened because of the introduction of sports science. The second very important factor is, for the first time ever, we are having the selection trials for the Olympic Games.
Correct.
Now, it was very important to have the policy in place and not let any and everyone enter the trials, because the people who are not really in the run don't have pressure. The guys who are in the run would have pressure, and you don't want these guys to get out of the team because of that. So very carefully, a lot of discussion was done on how to formulate the policy. We got a policy in place, and now, like Esha also said, that it's a very good opportunity for the players to face that kind of pressure. They have been to the World Championships, they have been to the Asian Games, but Olympics is different. And now when you have the selection trials, that the last 3 years effort can all go down the drain if you don't perform now. And that's exactly what you're going to feel at the Olympic Games, right? So they're getting a rehearsal. They're getting for the first time, they're getting to know, oh, this is a different kind of pressure. And now their technique, of course, it breaks down, and we are there to guide them do well. So now the next 2 months, the preparation is going to be far more focused, because even the athlete knows what's in store.
That is actually my question to her. That what is it the next 2 months, Esha? I mean, tell me, what are your plans? Because today we are sitting at mid-May, and obviously mid-July you are there. 26 July the game starts. So effectively 75 days left, right? So what are the plans? Have you discussed it when you are traveling? Are you going to travel outside and train for a bit? What is it like, and how do you get into that zone?
Well, currently we're just living in the present because we have matches to go on. But I am aware that we are, the federation has planned certain things for us, and I think it's for the best. And I think we're going to France in between as well, training in France, and we have a World Cup in Munich as well. We haven't come up with a confirmed plan yet, but I think we'll do it after the trials.
I can chip in a bit here, because it's like now we see where all the technique was breaking, what all challenges we were facing in the match. So based on that, we can fine tune our day-to-day training programs as such. But otherwise, going forward, we have the Munich World Cup and the training camp in France, which is a range which is quite similar to what we are going to face in Chotro. So that way the athletes will get a good feel of an Olympic range, and
the only problem is, in that area there's no hotel except one media hotel which one had to book 1 year in advance, which we've done, by the way. We are going to send a team of 6-7 to the Olympic Games. No media has done that, but it was impossible to get a hotel.
Yeah. Impossible. So, but we are at a different venue. We are going to be in Walmerans. That's at the Luxembourg border. So I think the team is going to stay in Luxembourg and travel about 20-25 minutes to the shooting range for the training camp now.
Now you've given me an idea, because the hotels will be cheaper there. So I'll send somebody with the Schengen visa there. That's actually a good idea. Anyway, Esha, last question. The name Olympics, or the word Olympics, the semantics of the word Olympics makes it different, because you're training every day, you're shooting great. You are winning the Asian Games, you're winning World Cups, World Championship. But the moment the Olympics, and you're like, oh, 4 years. 4 years I have to wait to come back here. Is Ronak being able to take out the booth of that word Olympics from your mind? Because that's going to be the key.
Yeah, I think so. What I want to say is that definitely he does keep telling me that it's just a title. Like every match is you have to go there and just do the same. So you just have to do the same. Like it's gonna be the same players. It's gonna be your gun, your hand. Nothing's different. It's just a title. But yes, you have worked hard for so many years. But I think a player who understands that at the end of the day, it's you and you have to just execute your game is the one who performs the best.
I'll end there because there'll be plenty more conversations leading in, and of course in Paris, in the range, in Luxembourg, in the hotel, wherever it is. But all I will say is, in good or bad, with you both, and with the rest of the team, because India and that tricolor is what matters to each one of us. Isha, all the very best. You're an absolute star. Ronak, much better memories than Tokyo, and we've got to carve that out, and you've got tremendous responsibility. All the
Yeah.
very best, both of you, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.